Effective communication. A comprehensive exploration. Introduction. Effective communication is the cornerstone of personal success, organizational efficiency, and societal advancement. It enables individuals to express ideas clearly, resolve conflicts, build relationships, and inspire action. In professional settings, it determines leadership, effectiveness, team cohesion, and project outcomes. In intercultural and global contexts, it facilitates diplomacy, negotiation, and collaboration. This essay delves into the fundamental principles, types, barriers, and strategies of effective communication, drawing from communication theory, psychology, and real-world applications. 1. Defining effective communication. Effective communication is the successful exchange of information, meaning, or emotions between a sender and a receiver, resulting in shared understanding and appropriate feedback. It is not merely the act of speaking or writing, but ensuring that the intended message is comprehended and acted upon. 1.1 Key components. Sender, the originator of the message. Message, the content being conveyed verbal, nonverbal, written, or visual. Medium, the channel through which the message travels, e.g., speech, email, social media. Receiver, the individual or group who interprets the message. Feedback, the response that indicates whether the message was understood. Context, the environment in which communication occurs. Cultural, social, relational. 2. Types of communication. 2.1 Verbal communication. Spoken or written language that conveys meaning through words. This includes speeches, meetings, debates, memos, reports, and conversations. 2.2 Nonverbal communication. This includes facial expressions, gestures, posture, eye contact, tone of voice, and proxemics. Research suggests that nonverbal cues often carry more weight than words, especially in emotional or interpersonal exchanges. 2.3 Visual communication. The use of charts, graphs, infographics, symbols, and images to reinforce or replace verbal messages. 2.4 Digital communication. Messages transmitted through digital platforms. Emails, instant messaging, social media. The speed and accessibility are beneficial, but may lack emotional nuance. 3. Theories of communication. 3.1 Shannon-Weaver model, also known as the transmission model. It emphasizes the linear path of communication: sender, message channel, receiver, highlighting noise as a barrier to clarity. 3.2 Berlow's SMCR model. This model breaks down communication into source, message, channel, and receiver, stressing the importance of encoding, decoding, and the communicator's skill and attitude. 3.3 Transactional model views communication as a dynamic two-way process in which both parties are simultaneously sender and receiver, constantly influencing one another. 4. Characteristics of effective communication. 4.1 Clarity. Messages should be clear, concise, and free of ambiguity. Use of jargon should be avoided unless all parties understand it. 4.2 Active listening. This involves giving full attention to the speaker, acknowledging their message, and responding thoughtfully. It includes both verbal affirmations and nonverbal cues. 4.3 Empathy. Understanding and respecting the feelings, perspectives, and experiences of others fosters trust and openness. 4.4 Feedback mechanism. Effective communication is incomplete without feedback. Constructive feedback helps clarify misunderstandings and promotes continuous improvement. 4.5 Cultural sensitivity. Awareness of cultural norms, language barriers, and communication styles is crucial, especially in global and multicultural contexts. 5. Barriers to effective communication. 5.1 Physical barriers. Geographical distance, technological malfunctions, and environmental noise can impede communication. 5.2 Psychological barriers. Stress, anxiety, bias, and preconceived notions can distort interpretation. 5.3 Semantic barriers. Language differences, jargon, and unclear terminology often result in miscommunication. 5.4 Organizational barriers. Rigid hierarchies, poor information flow, and unclear policies can obstruct transparency and dialogue. 5.5 Cultural barriers. Variations in communication styles, values, and norms across cultures may lead to misunderstanding or offense. 6. Communication in leadership and teamwork. Effective leaders are master communicators. They articulate vision, align teams, manage conflict, and motivate individuals. 6.1 Leadership communication. Vision sharing. Expressing long-term goals with clarity and inspiration. Crisis communication offering calm, credible, and consistent information during uncertainty. Motivational speech, using storytelling and rhetorical techniques to inspire. 6.2 Team communication. Trust, building open and honest communication, builds psychological safety. Task coordination, clear delegation, shared goals, and status updates are essential. Conflict resolution, active listening, and mutual respect. Foster constructive resolution. 7. Communication in global and intercultural contexts. 7.1 Cultural intelligence CQ. Cultural intelligence enables individuals to adapt their communication styles across different cultural contexts. It involves cognitive CQ, understanding cultural systems and practices. Motivational CQ, desire to engage across cultures. Behavioral CQ, adjusting verbal and nonverbal behaviors accordingly. 7.2 High context versus low context cultures. High context cultures, Japan, Korea rely on implicit communication, shared understanding, and nonverbal cues. Low context cultures, GUS, Germany value direct, explicit communication, and clarity. 8. Digital communication challenges and strategies. 8.1 Email and messaging. Use subject lines effectively. Keep messages brief and actionable. Use bullet points for clarity. Be cautious with tone, lack of vocal tone, or facial expressions can lead to misinterpretation. 8.2 Social media. Effective public communication requires clear branding and messaging, audience awareness, responsiveness to feedback and criticism. 8.3 Virtual meetings. Test technology in advance. Use visuals and screen sharing. Encourage participation through clear turn-taking. Summarize key takeaways. 9. Tools and techniques for enhancing communication. 9.1 Storytelling. Stories connect with people emotionally and are easier to remember. Effective storytellers use structure, beginning, conflict, resolution, and vivid language. 9.2 Nonviolent communication, NVC. Marshall Rosenberg's framework helps express needs without blame, observation without judgment, feeling, need, request. 9.3 The 7 C's of communication. Clarity, conciseness, concreteness, correctness, consideration, completeness, courtesy. 9.4 Presentation skills. Know your audience. Use visual aids wisely. Practice delivery tone, pace, eye contact. Engage through questions or interactive elements. 10. Measuring communication effectiveness. Surveys and feedback forms collect data on clarity and engagement. Employee engagement metrics gauge morale and alignment. Response time and quality measure digital communication performance. Conflict resolution outcomes. Fewer misunderstandings. Signal better communication. Conclusion. Effective communication is not merely a soft skill. It is a strategic capability that underlies every successful relationship, organization, and society. From empathetic listening to cross-cultural fluency, and from digital literacy to persuasive storytelling, communication shapes how we lead, learn, and live. As the world becomes more complex, volatile, and interconnected, the ability to communicate with clarity, compassion, and cultural agility will remain a timeless and indispensable asset.